Well, good morning, guys, and welcome back to Winding Racing. Today's project on Rallybug, as you can see, is going to be the front bumper. Now, in order to mount this bumper, I'm going to have to cut slits into this fiberglass hood. I'm trying to determine exactly where I'm going to be putting it, but I'll go ahead and cut those slits, and then these bars here line up precisely with the towers, the shock towers of the front suspension here. So once I get those cut and determine the height, then I can go ahead. I have some I believe it's 1/4 inch plate, and I'm going to make mounts that I'll weld to the towers and be able to bolt the bumper onto it. So I'm going to do a little fudging around here, make sure I get the height just right, because basically with the slits here I got to be able to pull the hood out off of these pins and lift up. So these have got to be slits going all the way down. Now, how I reinforce all the front of this fiberglass, I'm thinking maybe some aluminum, shoot some screws and some fender washers through it. But I don't want to weaken that, and obviously at some point somebody ran into something and tried to do a little repair job there. But I want to make it all good and strong and looking good. But it's going to look really cool to have this front bumper mounted. So I'm going to work on that today. It's going to take me a little bit to do the measuring, cut those slits. I'll bring you guys back when I'm cutting some steel and making some mounts. So I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, well, I think I got it set up pretty good. What do you guys think? That's sitting real nice there. I got a little bit of play here to be able to slide that out. Now these obviously can go in, probably got a couple inches there, I can screw those in further, so I'm not worried about those pins being out like that, because I can make that adjustment later. On the inside here, you can tell, let's get down here and take a look. Now this is the mount from the bumper, and I have to extend a mount from the shock tower out to that. So this is nice and flat here, so I'm gonna make a triangle out of plate to come out and grab these holes here, shoot some screws through it, nut and bolt it, and that one there, the bumper's a little tweaked. I got to straighten that out. I want these coming straight back. So yeah, this is what I'm dealing with, and we're gonna make some mounts to secure this bumper, because I think that's looking awfully good like that. Old Rallybug gonna have a bumper today. All right, I'm gonna get some work done. Well, hey guys, welcome back. It's been a little bit of time, and I made some plates that will be the mounts for the bumpers. Now obviously I got to do a little cleanup work in there, but I'll clean that up. I'll weld those in there, and then I found me some nuts and bolts there, and I will go ahead and bolt this bumper on. Now I'm thinking of how I'm going to be tying this structure here into that, but as you see, this is all part of the tube chassis. So if I make a little bridge from the hood mount over to the bumper mount, I'll have to make it so I can unbolt it, so I can remove that if I ever need to remove the front end, or when I take things apart to paint. And so anyways, parts that need to unbolt, I'll have to fabricate that and make that work. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the tedious job of trying to clean that up enough to get a good weld onto these shock towers. So that won't take me long, and I'll bring you back and we'll see some welding going on. Alrighty. Alright guys, well I got the brackets bolted onto the bumper here, and I got everything cleaned up and in place here. I'm going to go ahead and run the tacks in there and put this hood on. I shrunk these back about 1.5 inches, so the hood should slide in there just fine, but I'm going to go ahead and do some tacking and just see how everything fits before I make it a permanent weld. So let's get that done. Alright, that should be enough of a tack to hold it. Now, the hood does have to slide between bumper. Come on down. There. Let's get a look at that and see how it looks, see if it's ready to weld or not. It's hard to tell in this tight spot, but it looks like, let's see, got a good 1.5 inches there, a little bit more there, 2 inches. See how the hood is fitting? That's got to go right there. So Thinking this side needs to come in a little bit more, but that could be adjusted in the bolt holes. Another thing I'm kind of seeing is the top of it's tilted back a little bit, but then again it kind of goes with the curve of the hood. I think it needs to be tilted out a little bit. I'm going to take them brackets off and take about a ½ inch off the bottom, and that will rotate the bumper just a little bit back. I would rather see these a little bit more straight up and down. And when I do that, then let me see about the height of it. The height of the bumper is good, but I'm gonna do a little work on them brackets. I want to rotate everything just a little bit. Yeah. So let me do that little bit of work, and we'll come back and look at this again. I'm not really thrilled to death with that, and I want that to look real good. So I'm going to make that little change. I'll bring it back in a little bit. Alright guys, I made a little bit of a change in the way that bracket was sitting on the shock towers, and this is much better. I am happy with it now. You see the height? The height is real good, and it's not rotated back towards the body anymore. This thing just had a tilt like this, and I eliminated that totally. It's sitting better in the holes that I originally cut. So I'm going to go ahead and weld that in there. We still got a little bit more of a gap here than on the other side, but like I said, with the see, that's about 2 inches there. This sitting where it needs to sit here. About 1.5 inches there. So I can make that perfect after I get everything welded in, because the bumper, it has elongated holes in it for back and forth adjustment. So that is sitting pretty now. So I'm going to go ahead and make it permanent. See, the hood comes off nice and easy now, so. I took 3/4 of an inch off the bottom to give it a little rotation downward, and I actually lifted it up a couple inches there. But that's what it took to make it perfect. So we are good now. Now what I'll probably do in a later date is I get my torches over here. I'll go ahead and heat this metal up just right across there, pound it back and tie it into the shock tower there. But I got a new set of gauges, and that's going to take a little bit of work to do that. It's funny how the tar burned off, started a little fire there, but ended up getting a good bead through it all anyways. So yeah, that's mounted nice and pretty. Let's put the hood back on and see how that's looking. You can see I could run those threaded parts in there a little bit more. I got the nice chrome plates here. But yeah, she is welded. She is on. Look at that. Old Rallybug is looking good. I'm gonna make a few adjustments, and I'll be back in just a little bit. All right, guys, well, I mounted the hood and mounted the bumper and put the little chrome washers on the little clips here. But I tell you what, old Rallybug is looking sweet now. I still got to put the seatbelt in there, mount the other seat, finish the cargo area. With that bumper being mounted, that's a great improvement. I'm going to take it for a little spin around the block, and after I adjusted the clutch, I want to see if the shifting's going well. But that's it for now. I appreciate you guys watching today, and sure to like and subscribe to the channel, because we got more projects to get done. We love taking you guys along with us. Have a great day, everyone.